Welcome back to another episode of the Ambitious Journey podcast. I am Daharan,
And I am Drake.
and we are back.
What a time to be an American citizen today is.
Man, dude, American citizen
Let's just not
in
say American.
stocks.
Let's say just your average middle class or anybody that's not a billionaire. What a time to be one
Yeah,
of those people.
dude, it would be nice to be a billionaire right now because you could.
I don't know. Not in this. Oh, I mean, I guess if
Like,
you didn't make your money in the stock market, then yeah, you'd be
yeah,
fine.
oh yeah, dude. Well, even if you did, well, let's just okay. So last night we woke up to like the craziness, or I went to bed with it. So, dude, last night I went. Let's see. So me and Taylor have been doing some investing in on Robinhood. So
Okay.
like we just been putting in money like every little while, so and so forth. More so me than her.
So how long? How long has so just to give the people how long have you guys been doing Robinhood? Not just the last couple of days where things have been crazy, right?
No, so yeah, so now mine. So I started Robinhood back in 2017,
Okay.
and then but then like I stopped doing it, and then I started back up last year, like
Okay.
towards the end of
And
last
then
year.
that's when you gave Taylor $1 million worth of game. And so,
No, dude, it's so
uh,
random. So we were both just laying down, and she said to me, she said, "So I invested $1 in Starbucks." I said, "All right, yeah." She was like, "I was scared to tell you because I had to give my personal information, and I thought you would be mad at me." And I was like, "No, why would I be mad at you buying some stocks?" she was
bro, that's
like,
so
she,
funny.
she was like, "Wait, so we both didn't tell each other that we like put our personal information?" And I was like, "Well, I've had mine for a while." She was like, "Wait, you do it too?" And I was like, "Yeah." so, so yeah,
Bro,
so
that's
no,
funny.
she actually just did it because I think one of her friends told her or something like that. They were
Yeah.
talking about it, and she was like, and they like give, you know how I think their new thing is like giving people $1 if you just sign up. So she
Oh,
took
yeah.
that dollar and she was like, so I own like Starbucks now, right? And I was like, no.
No. Oh, man.
I was like, that's not how that works. She was like, I could get some free coffee, I think. And I was like, that's no. She got really excited because her dollar went to like $2 or something like that. And she
Jeez.
was like, I'm making money. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So anyway, yes. Last night we went to bed with that, like, because I clicked on Robinhood. I like to like just check it like twice. Uh and it was in all red, like my whole thing. And like, dude, I think I lost just last night I had lost like 30, almost $35, like on the little bit that I have in there. Cause I don't have like a ton invested in there.
Hmm.
And I was like, yo, I was like, what? Like my whole screen was red. Like it's weird to like click on there and the whole thing be red.
Hmm.
Like, you can have like maybe like a couple of red ones, but like a green one, maybe like one that's like yellow. But like, and I think that's like my crypto ones. They're typically like yellow, but like
Yeah.
you never really just see just all red. And I was like, holy crap. And then I get an email from Robinhood like right after that. And I was like, and I told her, I was like, hey yo, I was like, check your email, because like they were like emailing people, and like there was like only certain things that you could like, I guess, like close on or whatever. um and she was like, what? She was like, what's going on? What's this mean? I was like, relax, you're not losing the dollar in Starbucks. Like I was like it I was like, I'm sure it'll come back. Like I was like, everything's just kind of weird right now from like how the email read. It didn't really give a reason. It just said explaining to users how volatility works,
Hmm.
basically. So
And long story short, there, I
yeah.
guess this week has just been crazy because it started with GameStop.
Right.
GameStop basically they have these things called shorts in the stock market. Basically, the
Mhm.
shorts are basically the billionaires banking on this to not reach that price. Once it doesn't reach that price, basically the companies go bankrupt, all those kind of things. So they were all counting on that, and then a Reddit board popped up this week called Wall Street Bets, and basically told everyone, "Hey, this is what they're counting on. Let's go ahead and buy it, make the price go up, because then for those billionaires to be able to kind of save themselves and still make money, they have to buy more So then that also drives the price up.
Mm-hmm.
So then
It almost.
we're to the moon at that point with the price.
Oh, bro, just think about this. They were considering bankruptcy for GameStop just early last year.
Mm-hmm.
And then this YouTuber I watch, he was talking about, he was like, guys, go invest in GameStop. He's like, I'm trying to get it to 1,000 because, and he showed like his, what he had invested in, and it was at like 800 and something like per share. It was like 842. And he was like, if it makes it to 1,000, then I forgot how he explained it. But, yeah, and I saw that some guy that runs like he runs like a hedge fund and also a certain amount of stocks or something like that. He has like a overseas stock portfolios. What they lost like almost $1 billion last night.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that little what are those called, Robinhood snacks or
Mm-hmm.
something like that.
Yeah.
And like I was like, do you know that dude was stressing?
So I've hit, man, that's the thing is like if GameStop was that high, so when this started this week, we're talking GameStop being like, I don't know the exact price, somewhere between like $5 to $10 a share.
Yeah.
And then like it shot up. I think the peak was like a little over 400 a share because there was one person
That's
that
crazy.
they put $53,000 into GameStop and then
Mhm.
made over $1 billion.
Somebody did that?
Yes, that happened like Wednesday morning.
Dude, that yeah.
But
And
that's how crazy this is because
the
like,
other day, yeah, because when I was listening to that guy, I was like, dude, why would I invest in GameStop? I was like, they're legit going bankrupt.
mm-hmm,
But also that guy that oversees those portfolios,
mm-hmm.
he was listening to another an advisor, and that guy has said that he counted um GameStop out because of however they do those metrics on that stuff.
Yeah. Oh, and
And
that's how
so,
AMC was kind of in the same. Which for anybody who doesn't understand, AMC is the movie theater,
mhm,
like corporation or whatever franchise, whatever you want to call it.
yeah.
But then they were about to in the same situation, about to probably file bankruptcy, and like they had these shorts and all that, and like basically, I think they have till Friday. So the 29th, January 29th is like I guess the day that the people that have the shorts can either sell or see what happens. So
That when is that?
that is
Oh,
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Yeah. So this is going to get real interesting real fast. But I mean, everything kind of happened pretty quick.
Yo.
We got breaking news.
Breaking news, buddy. Nothing to do with the stock market, but a huge hit to the American economy. GMC is set to phase out gas and diesel power vehicles. They set a date for 2035.
Dang. So the next
They will
15 years, we're going to be all charging our
switched up to an all electrical lineup.
Yep. Oof.
Holy crap, bro. That is huge. That is in what? 15 years?
14.
14 years, buddy.
Yeah.
GMC will. I don't think General Motors is ginormous. Like
They're trying to be
General
like Tesla.
Motors, huh?
Trying to be like Tesla. No gas.
Dude, what does this mean for like workers? Like the blue collar crowd? What does that mean?
Oh, bro, it just like this stock stuff we were talking about. Like, it's everything to do with making sure the rich get richer and the poor stay poor.
Cause like that, I don't know how.
Because yes, if you take away oil, you're going to take away jobs. You're taking away,
Absolutely.
and you're taking away. We're talking probably. I'm going to probably exaggerate here. Millions of jobs.
No, that's not an exaggeration in the least bit. Think about how many people go around working for oil, whether it be in this country or out of this country.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like, and how many companies like hire out people to find oil, then get the oil, then sell the oil. Like there's all these steps that have jobs. I mean, the United States is pretty big, and not only that, but then like think about the reach that's gonna have overseas too.
Mm-hmm. People are not
Wow,
I'll tell you that,
dude. Well, also, what's gonna happen? What if I wanted to get a diesel truck this year? Like, so like, I mean, I guess
you got 14 years to run the wheels off that bad boy.
Because like, What dude, on top of that, we're about to see a whole new age of of quote unquote mechanic.
Oh yeah,
They'll basically be an electrician now.
yeah. I was gonna say yeah. No more oil change.
Like, yeah, dude, you're phasing out a group of workers.
Wait a second, I might sound dumb. Do like Teslas and everything? Do they still do like the oil in the engine?
That's a great question, bro. I really don't know.
Because I mean, I
It
feel like
would,
I feel like you'd have to, but I don't know.
do you?
I feel like in a car you have to.
You can't use any other type of lubrication.
See, I don't know.
I don't either.
I don't think we've gotten to that point yet.
Hold on, let's see.
But at least in the like gasoline part of it, I mean that makes sense. Like you can
Well,
obviously
I mean, in a diesel,
electric. So in a diesel, that's going to be interesting.
you see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
uh,
man, who who just wants to change everything all the time? Why can't we just like stick to
hey,
a plan
honestly,
and go
that
with it?
was one of the first questions that popped up on
Okay,
about a
I'm glad
Tesla.
I'm glad I'm not dumb for thinking that.
No, bro. Unlike gasoline cars, Tesla cars require no traditional oil changes, fuel filters, spark plug replacements, or emissions checks.
Yo,
That, that's that. No, that was a great question, bro.
so
That's
yeah,
what I was saying. Like,
we're literally taking that's millions of jobs across the
yeah,
board
dude.
we're looking at taking out here.
And it said even brake pad replacements are rare because regenerative braking returns energy to the battery, significantly reduce wearing on brakes.
Jeez, bro.
Like, so we're about to see a whole new age of a mechanic, whatever you even will call that in 2035.
Wow. Yeah,
Like,
you're right. It's going to be basically what a modern day electrician is.
yeah, there's gonna just be, yeah, and those will be who you go see to work on your car. You tell them come out of the house, look at the the sockets in the house, and also check out your car. Like, that's what it's gonna be, bro. Wow. Um, who signed off on that? Like,
Yeah.
like who said, yeah, that's the go-to?
Well, probably the corporation, to be honest. You got to think corporation doesn't care about the people. Corporation is
Okay,
all
think about this, bro. Conspiracy moment.
right.
They killed JFK for trying to decentralize the banking system with the Federal Reserve, is what is said. All right.
Okay.
What are you gonna do now when you're taking? We have we have literally invaded other countries for oil.
Hmm.
Now you're talking about we're not gonna use it. We're the our biggest export right now is oil, and now we're not gonna use it.
We're just gonna look at it.
Just think about that, bro. Who? That's what I'm saying. Who signed off on this, and who was bold enough to announce it 15 years earlier?
This could have been an A in 3 years.
Man,
We had this lined up for the last 10, but in 3 years we're gonna do this.
buddy, that boardroom would have been shut off, closed off, when nobody else outside. We do not speak of this anywhere.
Hey,
Okay.
and you know what's gonna happen? How many people are gonna ignore that because of what's going on in the stock market right now?
Oh yeah, dude. So I mean, great time to roll it out there. Yeah, because
It's a sneaky thing. It's hey, look, hey, we're doing this, but you guys you keep
yeah,
focusing over there.
no, keep focusing on that. Stay over there,
Yeah,
but just let you
yeah,
know,
hey, yo, we're doing this. Just letting you know. But
like, dude, because I mean, we've seen a lot of electrical cars. With that new line of what is that Hummer that's all electric? They
mhm.
showed that those that trucks can be electrical and they can still pull weight. Maybe I don't know how much, but you would almost imagine it's got to be a decent amount.
I would say I feel like you just amp up the battery on that bad boy, and then you can pull more weight. Is that how that works? I
Oh,
mean,
I don't know. I don't know. That's a great question, but man, it could get This is gonna get very very interesting quickly, bro.
in my initial thought here, I think that is something that will divide the American people.
Absolutely, there's no doubt about it.
And going kind of switching back to the stocks that we were talking about, I feel like Wall Street kind of united not Wall Street, Wall Street bets kind of
Mhm.
united the American people.
Yeah, to
Because,
rally up
dude,
against them.
so like, I don't know how many more times we're ever going to see this, but I saw that AOC and Donald Trump Jr. were on the same page about this. And I don't think I don't think they're
Oh
ever
yeah,
gonna be on
because
the same page about anything.
you were trying to tell me so, and I read just briefly about so like the government was overseeing the transactions of like
On GameStop.
GameStop
So
and
apparently,
AMC.
apparently, as of yesterday, they got involved on like kind of overseeing the transactions that were happening on GameStop because of kind of all the money that's being made um,
Right.
by the average person, which they obviously don't want. I mean, think about it. Think about this: the stock market stopped open trade today on these stocks because they don't want people to get money. And then the government is doing what? Making sure people don't get money by not giving us stimulus checks.
Right.
It's all
Man.
about this, bro. It's all a scam. And
Yeah.
this podcast is gonna get taken off YouTube for me saying that. And I don't really care.
Censored.
Yeah.
God.
But
Dude.
AOC tweeted, she says, gotta admit it's really something to see Wall Streeters with a long history of treating our economy as a casino complain about a message board of posters also treating it like a casino. And then
You
and then
know,
then Donald Trump Jr. basically said the same thing. He said it took less than a day for big tech, big government, and the corporate media to spring into action and begin colluding to protect their hedge fund buddies on Wall Street. So what a rigged system looks like, folks. It's
man, I gotta agree. Yeah, I mean, yeah, like that. Two valid points. I think that's the first time I've ever agreed with AOC. I really do. So they're mad that people paid attention,
literally.
basically.
And then
And like,
Robin Hood took everything off because
yeah,
they're so Citadel is the hedge fund that is like their biggest partner. I think somewhere in the 60 percentage range of their business comes from Citadel.
okay,
And Citadel's CEO is who called Robinhood and said, take it off, basically to protect like their families and stuff, because like that's where the hedge funds are.
right.
It's a scumbag move, bro. Big
Yeah, it
scumbag
is.
move.
But that's what happens when, you know, you can go to these like little fast ones. So, and to be completely transparent, I didn't know like how it all worked. Like how like the NASDAQ is one thing, the New York Stock Exchange is another.
Yeah, that's a
Um,
lot. It's a lot to understand, and if you understand it, dude, props to you because
yeah. Well, no, I don't completely understand it. I just, so imagine them like that, like they're all just their own businesses, like you just said, and then they have people that contribute into theirs, so they're able to list off what stocks are available to be bought because those people give them listings.
hmm
Kind of like, you know how you have like Zillow,
hmm
but you also can have like rent a home or like buy a home.com. Same thing.
yeah,
Like people can give you listings to put and blah blah blah, and they get some type of return for it. So it's almost like they still do have control over like what's listed and what's not. And I didn't know that that's how that worked. I thought we were all basically looking at the same one, but it was just different names of
yeah.
whatever, you
Well,
know?
I think the biggest thing with this is it's supposed to be, free trade market. Like you're supposed to be able to do it,
Yeah.
do whatever, and then for them to like TD Ameritrade, who also owns Schwab, they took GameStop and AMC off on Wednesday, and then Thursday morning is when you see AMC come off of um, Robinhood,
Yeah.
and it's still on Cash App if you want to still invest,
Want to
but
put into it.
yeah, the GameStop's not on there, and then I mean, if you've seen the
Wait,
list,
do you invest on Cash App?
yeah, that's usually where I do most of mine because it's just easier cash outs and
Oh, is it really?
no free ads, but yeah, it's pretty easy.
Damn, bro. No, they're a huge supporter of podcast. So Cash App, if you would like to start paying us to advertise, I will give you as much time. I'm sure
Yeah,
Drake would also
that's
agree with
that's where I
you as
use
much
like all
time.
my Bitcoin. I use all my Bitcoin and my stocks on Cash App. So I've been a
Dude, okay.
loyal customer for at least like 5 years now.
Hey, really? Dang, okay. I didn't know you. I always saw they say get Bitcoin on here, but I've never
Yeah,
done it.
it's
I've always just
always
used
so
just
easy.
Robinhood.
It's so much easier. I feel like, and because like Robinhood was more confusing to me, to be honest.
Was it really?
Yeah. Also, never upset the internet. I think that's the moral of the story here because the internet is undefeated, never lost. And because Robinhood did this, they had like 125,000 one-star reviews this morning. And Apple is now going through and deleting all of the reviews that were left today.
What type of stuff, bro? If nothing else has been shown to us, it's that all these people can scream and yell and say what they want to about censorship and that we should have free rights, and then but they will show you exactly what they mean.
Bro, this is literally like playing a game, getting to the end of the game, and saying, "No, we're changing the rules. We're adding more time."
Exactly.
Like
Exactly.
everything I thought about was playing like rec basketball, like pickup at the gym, and then like you're playing to 21, and then one guy goes to score and calls, and then they foul. He's like calls foul, calls foul, calls
Yeah.
foul, and then
Hmm.
they win because they just got 7 straight possessions because they just called foul every time.
Exactly. Hmm.
So
Hmm.
I mean that's exactly what this is. They're just changing the rules to benefit you, but it's still saying screw the American people.
Exactly. Exactly. Also, you made me think of this when you said reviews. One of my managers when I worked at FGL, he was saying how he worked at another bar, Aldean's, and like before going over there, and Yelp does something to where, like, I think if you get a customer review, if you get so many in a row,
Mhm.
they delete your Yelp page, and you
So
have to call them.
you can't get it again. It's like you don't get any more like bad reviews or something like that.
I'm guessing that's what they try to do, or they just basically don't want to advertise for you anymore. I don't know, but you have to call to get it back. So
Dang.
he was like, so he because he was talking about how because people, you know how people go around
Well,
telling.
that's the thing is like I feel like people don't leave good reviews. They only leave a review when
Yeah,
they're bad.
exactly. And you know, like people will shout, "I'm gonna leave you a bad review on Yelp." You know, like they throw that in your face. Like I've heard, not to me, thank God, but like I've heard people say that, or like, or that lady left a review on Yelp. You know, you're like, what? And so, but apparently, yeah, that's like a thing for them. But and it kind of just made me think of that when you just said that about how now Apple's going through and deleting and all that. So I guess not to the same magnitude of deleting their whole page, but
No, I mean
like
basically it's deleting the bad reputation that they have.
basically.
So it's like I just don't understand why everyone's trying to protect everyone that's higher up.
Like you already said, the rich just trying to stay rich,
Yeah,
get richer.
but I mean, like, let us make a few bucks, man. Like, let us.
Yeah, honestly, like I mean, except for the guy that put in 53,000, you sir are a genius, whoever that is.
Facts.
Um,
Props to you. If you want to support the podcast, you have it on anytime.
yes, please, you are a genius. Also, those people that won the lottery, we already talked about that. But
I hope they.
if you would also like to support,
Yeah, facts. I hope they won the lottery and then bought GameStop on Monday, tripled their lottery winnings.
oh my gosh, do
Won
you
all the
know?
back.
Do you know the type of high you would be on in life if you had won the lottery, turn around, put in, let's say, 10,000 into GameStop, and then you
No, just
Wednesday
imagine you
morning,
just throw a million. Throw a million of your 500 million you have. Throw a million on GameStop, bro.
but the government will be at your door. The moment you did that, they would be right there. They would be like, insider trading, blah, 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 blah. Like, you know they would.
Bro,
Oh my gosh,
you know those texts that says like FBI agent? Like you get one of those texts on your phone. It says, "Hey,
facts.
hey, bro, chill. Like stop by."
I know, like, come to the door, bro. We here right now. Come to the door. Open the door, man. Yeah, I can't lie. For me, it wasn't as scary, but it was still like a little bit like startling. But I was like, in my head, I was being optimistic. I was like, yeah, it'll come back. It'll come back.
Yeah. Oh,
So,
I think it will. I think we'll still once they
oh
open.
yeah, it already has, bro.
Yeah,
Like I'm already back up like all the money I lost last night.
yeah. I was gonna say
So
once we get to like where everyone can trade on every platform again with these stocks, I think it's gonna be
also, you're gonna have to tell me more about that Cash App one. I didn't know that.
yeah. I got you. But
Yeah,
I mean, we'll see what happens with this. This
yeah.
stock market thing is kind of crazy. But
It is, and I want to know. One, I want to know what happened to that dude that advised everybody
yeah, the Wall
that
Street Bets guy. I need to know who that is.
yeah, well, yeah, the guy that said that GameStop was done and out, and I need to know what happens to that the hedge fund dude that control like all those that tried to basically get out of there that lost all that
I think
money.
all the higher ups, like those hedge fund guys, all the people with the money, they're gonna be fine. I mean, we're basically welcoming in more government at this point. That's
Yeah,
exactly what we're doing. Unfortunately,
look, somebody's gonna be talking to that one dude that said that they were done. I know somebody's gonna go see him.
uh,
So, yo,
they
so
probably already saw him. To be honest, But I mean,
More than likely.
but on a serious note, though, like a lot of these people are like doing this for like revenge on like Wall Street because this goes back to like the 2008 stuff.
Mhm.
Um,
Oh, well, like Fannie Mae or what is it? Fannie Mae? That's not the stock stuff, but
Yeah, yeah,
are you saying that type of
but
stuff?
I mean a lot of stuff. So I was I woke up this morning and was like, I got to learn all I can about this because like it's everywhere. It's insane. And so
Dude, yes.
I was trying to learn, so I was just flipping through news channels. I ended up stopping on it was like what is it MSNBC or whatever,
Mhm,
and they
mhm,
were
mhm.
interviewing like a real person, not like some of these, not like a new actual news person. It was like a somebody that took $35 and put it into GameStop on like Monday to start this, just to say like, hey, we're gonna see what happens. Obviously, they're up a decent amount of money,
Yeah.
but the long story short, like they have people that they know that are doing this that lost their homes in 2008 because and like lost all of their basically all of their investments because their financial advisors, their people that they were told to trust, basically lost all their money for them in the market. So
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
they're coming for their throats right now.
Yeah. I remember that because there's a movie about that where like this guy, he was getting calls after calls. Everybody was like, I want to close right now. Close me. Like I want to liquidate all my assets or yeah, basically, or not assets, liquidate all my stocks.
Hmm.
And he left the office and people were chasing him down. I forgot what that movie is called.
Yo, I'm gonna have to look that
Um,
up because that's what like people are mad.
um,
People are still mad about 2008.
Bro, hell yeah. I mean, think about that, bro. Some people had hundreds of thousands in there and they lost it all because
Hmm.
they were waiting on a big payday. Like, oh, somebody explained this to me one time and I'll never forget it. Because Taylor said to me one time, she was like, she doesn't like gambling.
Hmm.
And this guy said to me, he said, well, does she like stocks and stuff like that? And I was like, yeah, to my knowledge, yeah. He's like, that's gambling. He's like, you're
Literally,
just trying to do like long term, but it's still the same as gambling. He was like, there's no difference. He was like, that means you shouldn't do stocks. You shouldn't do 401ks. You shouldn't do something else, he said. And I was like, no, dude, you got a great point when you say that. Yeah. It didn't come off as smooth as how he said it, but yeah, great point there. Yeah, it is a gamble when you put that money in there and you just hope for the best return on it.
yeah. I mean, people got to realize that though.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why people have made millions of dollars day after day doing it.
Mm-hmm. You also touched on a good point too about people kind of inviting in more government.
Hmm.
Um, so I feel like everybody deserves. I'm big on giving credit when credit is due.
Hmm.
And as I said, I think I've said this on here before that I wasn't the biggest fan of Trump at first, but he slowly won me over. So I have to give Biden his due. He made a good move a couple of days ago. He announced, and I don't think this was an executive order, but he signed some type of legislature saying that the government was basically ending its contracts with private prisons. A lot of people talk about systemic racism and things of that sort, and he felt that that was a big contributing factor to that was the government having contracts with private prisons. Basically, you know, you're getting cash for people.
Hmm.
Like the more people I can put in here, the more funding I will give to you, and it's just it sets up this weird system. Now, I don't know if that's directly related to systemic racism. If that is I don't want to sound rude by saying if that is a thing, but it's something that's tough to prove.
Hmm.
And we can see some cases that people can point out that you could be like, yeah, but you see so many cases that kind of contradict that in a way, I guess you could say. But not to go down that rabbit hole, I just wanted to, I guess, publicly give him his due credit and
Yeah, I
say
mean,
it was a good move.
at the end, yeah, I agree. At the end of the day, like we need to stop. I would say racial profiling and trying to get cash for people that we can put in jail.
Yeah, it's like it. Why do they ever think having private prisons was a good idea? Like, you know what I mean? If I'm not mistaken, bro, Michael Jordan's one of the biggest private prison share owners or something like that. Like he owns one. Yeah, that was a big controversy some years ago because people were like, so Michael Jordan's also make this was more geared towards black people, but he was like he's making y'all stupid, he's making y'all kill each other over shoes, and then when you kill the other one over the shoes, he's also sending you to the jail that he owns too. And it's like, dang, yeah, I mean, valid point,
That.
so like but nonetheless though, I don't know why, like, I mean, I could see why they would probably think it was an okay idea, but that just sounds like that's just headed for disaster.
Yeah.
Like, what happens when the prison goes empty? Somebody's coming in here because I need some money. I own this. So somebody's going to stay in this bad boy. We're going to find some kind of way. So what better way than to make a deal with the government? I mean, I don't know if you can make a privatized federal prison, but making some type of deal like with your local government at the state level, I mean, yeah, easy way to just, you send people here, we work out some type of deal. You fund this, I give into your campaign here, I'll throw some money there, I blah blah blah. It sounds kind of wicked if you really think about it.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
So hopefully this stays a thing where it's gone, and hopefully it can be gone forever.
Completely, yeah. Hopefully it's one of those things that it doesn't just pop back up in like, however many years when he's gone, and they're like, hey, so we know we said no more private prisons for a little while, but looks like they're back.
Yeah, no, let's not have that.
You know how strange that would be? Oh my gosh. Let's see. What else? There was something else I wanted to say. Wanted to talk about with government, but
I mean, I know you mentioned while we are talking about Biden and government, you said Biden something about defeating the NRA.
Yeah, dude. He has like I shouldn't say like a personal vendetta, but yeah. I mean, they moved out of New York City. I think we kind of touched on that a little bit. They moved out of New York City to Texas, but he wants to completely stop them from having like lobbyists in Washington D.C. He wants to keep them basically just being. He wants them to go from this big powerhouse that they are down to just like a little club that you would just say you're in. If that makes sense. Because I mean, they're a big deal right now. I mean, the NRA is.
Yeah, I was say it's like
a ginormous organization.
So I don't think it's going to be a bumper sticker on somebody's car at some point. Like it's just going to be.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah, like, I mean, they fund a lot of things, but he wants them out of that because I don't really know what his point is with this whole gun control thing. Obviously, it's not people breaking the law that have gun permits and went out and rightfully got their gun permits, but
talk to him.
You know what I mean? It's like, but he has this thing about that. He wants to like limit guns and because what they're trying to, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if he introduced this or if this was just like, was it New Mexico or like Arizona, but they wanted to make it to where you can't buy like multiple guns at once. So let's say like now that means nothing to me and you. I mean, like I'm like, okay, yeah, I have my guns that I have. If you have yours, yeah, like you have what you want. But like, think about some of those guys that do like gun show competitions, and like something happens with their gun, they aren't able to get to it, but I'm just making this up in my head, so I really don't know. But like, they need to purchase two, I guess. Kind of like you tore your cleats. And you're like, dang, okay, but you're on the road. Let me grab a couple. Like, I don't know why, but you just would. I don't know why. Or let's say somebody just came into some money at the moment, and they're like, dang, I've been waiting to get these two guns, and they're both right here, like today. Like, why couldn't you let them buy both? They're trying to space it out you can buy one a month at the most, or something like that. It's something weird. And it's like, so if you're gonna let me have it next month, why can't I just have it today?
Well, that's the other thing. Like, I'm not trying to go down like this like gun control rabbit hole, but like at the end of the day, like, why do we just want criminals to have illegal guns and then like not have any guns to protect themselves?
Dude, like that's why, man. That's why I'm so on board with Texas. But if you can buy it, get it. Like, if you can carry it, hold it. They don't care, dude. Like, because they're like, for every one of you, like if you want to act crazy, if you want to, somebody here is going to put a stop to that real quick.
So
So
that brings me to a great point. I have this also probably conspiracy theory, but I just have this thought in my head. We see everyone moving to Texas right now. We know.
man,
Listen, we know personally people that move to Texas that do not vote red.
no, not at all.
We know a lot of California that does not even know what the color red is unless you are a blood. Then they are all moving to Texas.
Yeah.
Texas is becoming this like mosh pit that, like, if you've ever been to Miami, I feel like it's like Miami. It's just
Okay.
it's just everywhere. Every person you speak to is from somewhere else.
Yeah.
Miami is a different country. At least in Texas,
Right.
like you're just from a
Well,
different.
it sounds like it's a large scale Nashville too. I mean, everybody's from everywhere.
So, but my thing is this: like Texas is so big on like gun rights. They've voted red since like the '80s or
Mhm.
whatever, however long that's been. All these people that vote blue moving there, I feel like Texas has always wanted to be their own thing. I feel like the world is about to just cut out Texas, and they're gonna have like a civil war in Texas.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah.
Have the
But
Alamo times two.
facts. But I got my money on the people from Texas.
Oh yeah,
That's it. I got my money
because the
riding
people
on
not
them.
from
Let me
Texas
tell you,
believe that they shouldn't have guns.
buddy. Like, yeah, exactly. All the people moving there, like, dude, I've seen people in Texas. They got a shotgun in the truck. They got a gun under the floorboard with one on their waist.
Yep.
I think they're gonna be all right.
And then
I think they got it
got
just fine.
what are those things called that you put on the front of your truck, like the basically protect from like hitting like anything, like a kind of like
Oh yeah, like those rammer. Yeah,
bro.
like
Go ahead and post up a protest downtown. Let's see what happens when all these trucks come out.
see what happens. Yeah, man. Texas State. I mean, they're like any other place as far as like they have their big cities and stuff like that. But you don't come down there messing with their guns, bro. That's one
I'm telling
thing.
you right now, I do not want that to happen in Texas, but I just have a feeling that it is going to. They're just going to clash. I don't feel like it's going to
Oh yeah.
go well.
And look, don't mess with their guns and don't mess with their barbecue, bro. Those are two things they don't play about. And yeah, you got all these little softies running over here talking about keto this, vegan that.
Yep. You're gonna get a butthole stomped in you by some cowboy boots real quick, partner.
Brace yourself. Texas, there is one part of Texas that is kind of that way, and that's because of the school. But again, it's because of who comes there. UT Austin.
Yeah,
They're-
Austin is like a huge tech city too. So
Yeah.
like it's got a lot of softies. That is
exactly. So, but they're also they can count on them to vote blue. Like that's the blue dot in there.
Yeah. Well, I don't
Other
know,
than
man.
that,
I feel like Houston, Dallas, that area, like everyone is moving to those places right now.
oh yeah, now I mean now in the next 4 years, I don't know what color they're gonna be. But beforehand,
I'm gonna go and make my prediction, and I'll say it every day. Texas will be blue in the next election.
you think?
Yeah, I think.
Well, okay. So I used to think we could bank on this: Tennessee being red, Texas being red, and Georgia being red. Now we saw Georgia turn blue, but that's because Trump was an idiot. Because when you look at the guy, I apologize. What's his name? John Lewis, the senator from Georgia that died. He was a civil rights leader.
I'm not sure his exact name. I don't know.
So he died. But when he died, Trump basically didn't give any condolences to him. He just said, "It's like basically he never really liked the guy anyway." It was his point, which he's a legend in Georgia. Like I mean, people, white, black, whoever, everybody loves that dude. That's why he was in politics for so long, bro.
Yeah.
So even if people didn't agree with his policies, they agreed with him as a person. And no, maybe he wasn't. Maybe he wasn't a senator. He was a congressman. That's what he was.
Okay.
He was in Congress. And so yeah. So long and short, but so I and to people I've talked to, we all believe that that's one of the reasons why Trump lost Georgia. I don't think. Well, I mean, we don't have to worry about that now. But everybody's moving to Texas because all those little softies that want stay safe, stay away from your mask, wear your mask, blah blah blah. They're moving to places that are open.
Yeah.
but because they're tired of being in the house, but they want to tell and lecture everybody else
Yep.
on what to do. And it's like, you cannot say stay home and then go out of your home. It just doesn't work that way.
Well,
And they,
it's just like they want to do everything. Well, like the best part about it is like not just Texas, but like so we had obviously inauguration on the 20th, right?
uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
The 22nd, Washington D.C. reopens indoor dining. The 23rd, Chicago opens indoor dining. The
It's all a game, man.
25th, California to remove stay-at-home order.
It's all a game, dude. It's
All
a game.
It's all
Like,
politics, bro.
that just shows you how irrelevant it was. How it's like, I'm not saying it's not real because people really have died from this, but it's not to the severity of what they tried to claim it to be, bro. And
It's not economy shutting down worthy.
no, it never was, never is, bro. I just did a reaction to this song, Tom McDonald, and I do want to kind of give this an advertisement moment because this song surprised the hell out of me. It's not even really a song; it's just more so just him talking and there's a beat playing.
Okay.
But it's Tom McDonald called it's MacDonald too instead of Mick, but it's called "People So Stupid." And honestly, the song is so fitting. And he says so many like great like little points. I was just like the whole video. I was like, yes, yeah, like say that, man. He points on like how people, basically what we're talking about right now, people being stupid. They want to say one thing but then do another. They want everybody to do as I say, not as I do. And like it just shows you the hypocrisy in the nation. Also, you see, I didn't know Tommy Lauren. Do you know who that is?
Yeah, the dumb blonde girl.
Yeah, so that lives in Nashville now. Swear she's a Tennessean, top to bottom. But then she was posting all this stuff about being back in South Dakota. She was like home where people are smart and just all this stuff she was saying, but they were grilling her over like her comments. But it kind of just reminded me of like what their governor basically didn't shut down. They were like, we're still up and going. Now, I'm not trying to move to South Dakota, but
hell no. But it's funny, like she moved to Nashville. Like I feel like if you are that Republican, you don't move to Nashville.
I mean, I could see why she did because she's in media, and so you remember what she was in California first, and obviously that's a cesspool of I don't want to call them a name. I was about to, but it is a cesspool of the same thinking people.
Yeah.
So I think going to Nashville, another huge media market, as far as especially for the demographic that she caters to, it can still give her that city life while also still being in a Republican ran environment. Now, Mayor Cooper is tripping. But, so she's kind of got to deal with that a little bit, being that he's Democratic. But the state as a whole and most cities are all Republican.
Yeah.
So that's why we can still have a little bit of freedom.
But I just feel like, that's what goes to Texas. I feel like everyone, it's like a trend. So, like, obviously we saw Nashville where, like, Nashville became the place everybody moved. Everyone moved there. And now I feel like Texas is that thing. Everyone's going to
move there. Absolutely do. Absolutely.
Because I feel like California happened before.
Florida.
It was like California, Florida, like those were like the two, and then like we saw we saw Nashville. I got to see Raleigh do about the same numbers on like a per day, over 100 a day moving there when I did my internship in Raleigh, North Carolina. Yeah. And I mean, just like those big cities, like why do people just all choose to move to the same place at the same time?
I don't know what that is. Because see, here's
for you, I promise.
Yeah. And my thing is, one of my things about not wanting to move out west is because I feel like there's not a culture there. Like I feel like it's like made up. So like it just, I don't know how to even explain it, dude. Like, okay, so like for instance, like I'm moving to Philly. So like I feel like there's like a certain identity that comes with Philly. So like I don't know what it is, but when you think of Philly, like you have like a certain mindset. Well, same. Like when you think of like Miami, like you said, it's like it's a whole other country.
Mhm.
Like Little Havana, like like people think of that, but it has its own culture. Like you know that.
Yeah.
When you think of like Tennessee, there's a certain mindset of, oh, this is how Tennessee is, whether it's accurate or not. It's just a certain mindset that comes with it.
Yeah.
I feel like everything on this eastern half has that. When you go to the west, what?
Yeah. I mean,
New
that's
Mexico, you think of what?
desert.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you got Las Vegas, but that Las Vegas is where everybody goes to sin and
Yeah.
do the worst unspeakable things they can think of, and then they try to go back to their homes and be a normal person again. Like other than that, I mean, out west, like I just don't feel like many places have like an identity. They're very outdoorsy, great places to like just travel. If you want to like explore, hike, be outdoors, um, adventure. But I don't think it's a place to live. That's not me like knocking that. I know there's some great people out there that may feel like they're cultured or something, uh, but I just don't feel like there's an identity associated with the West. I think it's just a conglomerate of people that just wanted to live there. It doesn't have like
Yeah. I mean, I can get behind. I
you
definitely
see
can
what
get
I'm
behind
saying?
that.
Like,
I can get behind that
and
idea.
I don't want to say that they don't have any values because there's some type of values out there, but there's like a okay, like a better way, I don't know. Like it's almost like with people's accents.
Okay. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like you automatically like know who they are, like or what they
You're
are.
from the north or you're from the south. That's what we think. We don't
You know
think.
what I mean? Yeah. Like yeah, you know what I'm saying? But like when you think of the West, like
Yeah.
what do they sound like? It
Yeah.
could be anybody from anywhere, and you're just like, okay, cool. Like, and you don't have anything like to associate them with, like, okay, what you think of Utah? First thing you think of is Mormons.
Yep.
Outside of that, the Salt Lake City. All right, I mean, or it's just Salt Lake. And then after that, what do you got? I mean, unless you're into hunting, you think of elk. But like, if you don't think of that, then it's just
Yeah.
like,
Well, it's
I
like when
don't
you think
know.
of Colorado, you think of like Denver only. Like you
Yeah,
think,
exactly, exactly. Like you get one thing, but even then, like it's nothing else like that's associated. Like if you ask most people what's in Denver, they wouldn't even be able to tell you.
yeah, they'd be like mountains, snow.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, like that. But you can ask people, well, what's in Florida? They can at least name you a couple of things. What's in Georgia? Like, you know, all right. Well, what's in Maryland? What's in, you know what I mean? Like you can always kind of just name
Yeah.
something there. But like when you get over there, I feel like it's just I don't know.
And so when we fly out there, you'll get to see like kind of what I'm talking about when I say this. Like when you flying over basically like Midwest all the way to the West Coast,
Mhm.
dude, there is so much room for like development and
Oh, dude, I say that all the time.
like there's so like it could we could create huge new cities time
Absolutely.
times probably like 500.
But again, that's I kind of go back to this too though. People don't want to because there's not a culture there. So while the East is so populated, is because people first settled here and they
Mhm.
worked their way down, and so on and so forth. That's it's heavily uh, deep rooted in something else, where like it has a background to it. Out west, it was just manifest. What was it? Manifest destiny. We had an idea that we wanted to expand west and cover this whole region, and that's what we did. But with it we didn't bring on anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it was, I don't know. So yeah, I mean, cause so like I've flown from Newark, New Jersey, all the way to California, San Francisco,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
uh, and like, dude, I mean, you see the beautiful mountain ranges. I mean, you see, I've this is gonna sound weird, but it's not weird, I promise. A lot of time I sit and look at like Google Earth,
Mhm.
and I love just looking through Google Earth, like looking up places. But I've said that so many times. I was like, dude, Wyoming is called Big Sky Country for a reason. Do you know how they have three major cities?
I don't.
Like,
I don't even know. Was Cheyenne is one of them, but I don't know the
yeah,
other.
Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and that's because that's close to the airport. And dang, I forgot the other one. See, doesn't even matter. like, but like but they only have like a population of like less than 100,000 people or something like that, like in the whole state.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, huge. We could really make a lot of development out there if people wanted to move there.
Hmm.
That's the thing. People don't want to move there because they're like, wow, my family's here. What is it out there? That's the first thing. Well, what is it out there?
Hmm.
I mean, nothing. We can make something. Nah, I'm all right. I like
Yeah.
it right here. You know.
It's already being handed to me out here.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't need to go out there. I mean, you see, they've developed other parts of the West, what Washington, Oregon,
Hmm.
California, but you know, Arizona, New Mexico. New Mexico is also really cool. Driving wise, scenery. Like that's again though. Like unless you go, have you ever been to Albuquerque?
I have not. I've been to Phoenix, which I love Phoenix, but like
Right.
I've
Um,
I've never been to New Mexico.
So like Phoenix, Arizona. So like that was rated in I think it was top 10 mid-sized cities to move to for 2020.
Hmm.
So it looks cool. I've never been, but Albuquerque, um, they have like cool like mountain ranges and stuff. But I was only driving through it. But again, it's like another like eh, it's a major city, but it's like it's not. And like, but they're just stuck in this like around with this covering of mountains, so it looks really cool. But like nobody, when we were driving through, like nobody was like, "Oh man, I want to go do this thing there." Everybody was like, "Oh, okay, oh, that's the city," and
Yeah.
that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no identity associated with it. So I
Yeah.
just, yeah, that's why I've never been fond or key on like moving west.
Yeah, I feel like
Nah,
I feel like there's very few cities like Phoenix. I would love to live in Phoenix.
I don't
I
like the sunshine that much. Like I like seasons too much. That's what it is. Seasons.
yeah,
Like that's one of my reasons for wanting to move to Philly. Like I just feel like, dude, they get everything. I mean, though their winter is a little bit longer than normal,
yeah.
I feel like I like that though. Dude, have you ever seen Vermont?
No, I haven't.
I haven't either.
I've heard it's like beautiful up there though.
Yes, bro. That's what I was gonna say. See, that would be like a scenic place. I would love to go like during the fall
I mean,
because
living in
tons of
Philly,
people
you're
talk
gonna
about
get
it.
to drive to Vermont pretty easily. I'd
Oh
say.
yeah. I understand, but like that's just a. I feel like that would be like a cool like trip people could do. Like if I was, oh yeah, if I'm just like recommending a trip to somebody,
But
like
but look at me sounding uneducated. I said drive. You guys up there in the north, you hop on a train and go to Vermont. Sorry.
exactly, yeah. I mean, you could. Oh, I don't know. Is there a train that goes from Philly
There
to
has to
Vermont?
be, bro. The train connects everywhere up there.
Facts. That I-95 too. You can get anywhere on that bad boy.
No kidding.
Yeah. It it'll take you from New York all the way down to Miami. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But well, I think that's all we got today, bro. You got anything else you want to chat
I don't
about?
have anything. Just need to see what happens with the stock stuff. We'll have an update for you guys next week. If
Yeah.
people
Oh
still
yeah.
being rich, or if the government said nah, no more.
Saying and also I don't want people out west to think that I hate them or I hate the culture of the West. It's just not for me, and I don't see anything that's that appealing about it besides just going for like hikes and camping. That's just me. If I'm wrong, let us know in the email, let us know in the comments, and just explain to me how I'm wrong. Don't just say I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's all I got, man. Thank you all for listening to us and supporting us.
Absolutely.
And
We'll bring you more content next week, guys. We do appreciate everyone listening across the world. Anything that you need us to talk about, hit us up. We're here. But till next time, guys.